Emergency response personnel at the operations level respond to releases or potential releases of hazardous substances with the intent of protecting people, property, and the environment. Typically, they are limited to defensive actions, containing the release from a safe distance, keeping it from spreading, and protecting people and exposures. Generally, they do not enter the hot zone to carry out offensive operations. This requires additional training and specialized equipment to deal with the situation and the hazardous materials present. However, there are some instances when operations-level responders might carry out offensive operations. For example, during flammable gas or flammable liquid firefighting. Certain firefighters in industry may be trained to perform operations that generally would be regarded as offensive tactics. In all instances, responders must be trained and equipped to perform their expected tasks. The competencies required of responders at the operations level have been established by OSHA's Regulation 29 CFR 1910-120, Hazardous Waste Operations and Emergency Response, usually referred to as HAZWOPER. These competencies have been further refined by the National Fire Protection Association Standard 472, Professional Competence of Responders to Hazardous Materials Incidents. Emergency responders at the operations level must be able to analyze a hazardous materials incident to determine the nature and magnitude of the problem and plan an initial response within their capabilities. They should be able to secure the area and deny entry, notify other involved parties, request appropriate additional assistance when needed, plan and implement initial defensive actions, and evaluate the progress of the actions taken. Typically, response actions are carried out from a safe distance while preventing the incident from spreading. Hazmat Operations is a 5-part series of programs designed to train municipal, military, and industry emergency response personnel to meet competencies at the operations level. The series begins with reconnaissance. Hazmat Containers studies both fixed and mobile hazardous materials containers. The third program deals with forecasting events at a hazardous materials incident, while the fourth shows how a response is organized. Finally, Tactics examines defensive actions available to operations-level responders. But first, reconnaissance. Reconnaissance will cover approach and positioning, sizing up the hazardous materials incident, including detecting the presence of hazardous materials. The program will show how reconnaissance is carried out to collect and verify information from a number of sources in order to determine what specific material is involved in the incident.